In his first TV interview, we are hearing from the gunman who tried to assassinate President Ronald Reagan 41 years ago. John Hinckley Jr. changed the course of U.S. history in 1981 when he shot and wounded the president and 3 other people outside a Washington, D.C. hotel. He was a mentally ill 25-year-old. After 30 years at a psychiatric facility, Hinckley's restrictions were gradually lifted, and earlier this month, a judge granted him full freedom. Hinckley sat down with Major Garrett for an interview you'll see only on CBS News.
I went to the Washington Hilton Hotel, and he came out from giving a speech, and I was right there, and I fired shots at him, which so unfortunately hit other people too.
Do you have any recollection of that feeling at that moment?
No.
None?
I don't. It's such another lifetime ago. I can't tell you now the emotion I had, right as he came walking out. I just can't tell you that.
Mostly that is something you can't remember.
Right.
Because you don't want to remember it.
Maybe. But you're right. It's something that I don't want to remember. It was all just so traumatic.
The assassination attempt sent President Reagan to the hospital for nearly 2 weeks, paralyzed White House Press Secretary James Brady, and wounded police officer Thomas Delahanty and Secret Service agent Tim McCarthy.
I shot 4 people. And I'm sorry to the Reagan family, the Brady family, the other families of the victims. I'm sorry to Jodie Foster for bringing her into this.
Hinckley, depressed, isolated, and delusional, was obsessed with actress Jodie Foster. By attempting to kill President Reagan, he thought he could impress her.
I feel badly about that.
What about the Reagans?
I feel badly for all of them. I mean, I have true remorse for what I did. I know that they probably can't forgive me now, but I just want them to know that I am sorry for what I did.
Have you ever thought about what would have happened had you succeeded?
Well, history would have been changed with a new president.
That's it?
It would have been a big historical event. I'm glad I did not succeed.
You are?
Oh, yes. Very much so.
You traumatized a nation, too.
I did.
Are you sorry for that?
Yes. I'm sure the country was traumatized. I'm very sorry for that.
Is there any part of you that wonders how the John Hinckley of that era could have gotten to that point?
I did not have a good heart. I was doing things that, a good person doesn't do. So it's hard for me to relate at all to that person back then.
A jury found Hinckley not guilty by reason of insanity, and he spent more than 30 years at a mental institution in D.C. He was released to his mother's care in 2016 and granted full freedom earlier this month.
Is your story and your freedom justice?
Yes.
Why is it just?
Because I was not just a cold, calculating criminal in 1981. I truly believe I had a serious mental illness that was preventing me from knowing right from wrong back then.
Hinckley believes decades of treatment and medication make him no threat today.
I've been in hundreds, maybe thousands of therapies, individual and group. I've been the most scrutinized person in the entire mental health system for 41 years.
Is one of the reasons you're sitting down with me to try to soften the public perception of you?
Yes. I'm just trying to show people I'm kind of an ordinary guy who's just trying to get along like everybody else. If you just think I'm just some crazy person, I'm not that anymore at all.
The Reagan family, Brady family, and representatives for Jodie Foster did not reply to our request for comment.
Do you think you'll ever have a chance to get closure with them?
I don't know. I really don't think the Brady family or the Reagan family or Jodie Foster, I don't think they want to hear from me.
Would you like them to consider forgiving you?
Yes. They probably can't, but I wish they would.
Do you want to give them a reason to?
I feel terrible for what I did, and I've had remorse for many years for what I did, and if I could take it all back, I would. I swear, I would take it all back.